With the local lighting also, as we discussed, we can use the general lighting. So there is no problem of the shadow, or that is no problem of the some spots are brighter one and some spots are the darker one. So in industry, somewhere object is lying or some kits are there or some equipments are there, with the help of local as well as with the help of the general lighting, we are able to see that particular object very clearly and easily. So unwanted situations are going to avoid, which is the prime requirement with the help of with the efficiency of the industrial site. The third one is the bit new one in this session, that is the emergency lighting. So when there is the case of the emergency, suppose some worker is working onto one particular area for the one object or the job purpose, and suddenly the light is not there. So in case of some emergency lighting should be there, or arrangement is going to be there, so that that particular work or the task is going to finish. So that is the emergency lighting is there. The next one is the industrial lighting fittings. While designing, we are going to do only schemes are not going to work optimally, but in the same case we require the some reflectors, some fittings are going to be there. If that fittings are going to reflect that lights onto the objects or onto the ceiling or onto the wall, in then case our optimum lighting required in that particular area or at location, the purpose is going to serve. So industrial lighting fittings are important. So industrial lighting fittings includes reflectors. They should be simple in design and easy to clean. Reflector is generally going to reflect the light, whether it is direct or indirect lighting, depends on to the requirement. But what happened when we design the reflector, that design is going to be the simple. Another thing, they are easy to clean, means we can clean it easily, because after some time on the reflector there is going to be the unwanted things like the dust is going to be there, which is going to concentrate onto the layer of the reflector. So when dust is going to be there, the proper amount of the light is not going to reflect from the source to object. So yes, we want to clean it, but clean should be, or the process of the cleanliness is going to be the easy. With respect to industrial illumination, types of the fittings which we are going to use or we can use, that is the standard reflector, diffusing filling, concentrating reflector, enclosed diffused fittings, angle of reflectors, enclosed diffuse fitting, maintenance, and the type of the lamps. Standard reflectors are there, the standard things which is going to, or that reflector is going to reflect the almost all light onto the from source to the object. In case of required, some 100 watt to 500 watt bulbs or the lamps are can be used, which will reflect the lights onto that particular object. So that is known as the standard reflector. The second one is the diffused filling. When the diffusing is there, means we require the uniform concentration or uniform lighting is there, such type of the filling or the reflectors are going to use, which will give the uniform lighting in that particular area or the location. Concentrating reflectors, as we given the example of the operation theater into the hospital, when we require the high amount of the lighting falls onto one particular location or the object, so reflectors are going to work together with the scheme, and the full light is there, almost 100% light is going to fall onto that particular location or onto the object. That reflectors, the help of that reflectors are the concentrating one. Enclosed diffusing fitting. So now this particular reflectors are going to be the closed one, they are enclosed one, and it may happen we require very much less amount of the light onto the ceiling. So no losses is there, only all the things are going to be the enclosed the reflector. Angle of the reflector, at which particular angle we want to reflect that particular light, if light or the illumination is required. In that case, we can use the angle of the reflector, which can draw that light or divert that light in, at that particular location or that angle with respect to our requirement of the or the application. Enclosed diffused fitting, diffusing concentration is required or uniform light is required, but the enclosed one is there. So what happened, the light is going to be uniform in one particular area. maintenance is required. Where, as we said, the maintenance one so should be clean easily, because as the time is going to pass, what happened, the reflector, there is going to be the decrease into the efficiency due to the there is the dust is going to be covered the area of the reflector. So at the regular time we require the maintenance. So by mean of the maintenance, that maintenance is going to be the very much easy, so we can get the optimum efficiency from that particular scheme. Type of the lamps, so various type of the lamps are available depending on to the requirement, like sodium vapor lamps are there, CFLs are there, tube lights are there, bulbs are there. But bulbs right now almost avoided into the industry. CFL has taken the most of the place, so high amount of the light is going to be there onto the particular site or the object. So again depends on to the application. If we require sodium vapor lamp, like we can turn on that particular path of object or that area for the some time, and for the rest it is not required, we can go for that one if light is again suitable to that particular area. And obviously if we require the more light, we can go with the CFL. By all these things, the next one is the lumen requirements for the different category. Different applications are going to require the different amount of the light, as we have seen the previous one table also. So lumen requirement according to the schemes or according to the application, they are going to vary. Now up to at this moment we have to understand that only designing is not going to work, only the supports are not going to work, but they have to work together to give us the or to have the best efficiency there or the optimum solution. So how to calculate the lumen? Because lumen is going to be the main source of the energy. How much light we have, or the source is emitting how much of the light, but how much we are getting. Another thing, how much we are getting, instead beyond of that one, what are the ways that we can catch the maximum lumens from that particular source. So that's where we require the different categories of the lumen. Now the quality of the light reaching a certain surface is usually the main consideration in the designing of a lighting scheme. If the light is not going to reach what we require, then there is a useless thing of that particular lighting scheme. So it is very much important that how much light is going to reach up to that particular point. One method to calculate the number of light fittings which is going to required at a certain level area to fall onto the object, and that one of the method is the lumen method. The lumen is itself give how much light is going to be there or requirement is there, and object or for to see the object properly, and how much light is emitted by that particular source. Now how to calculate that one or how to judge that one? So for that the certain conditions are there which will give us the lumen requirement. The first one is the level of illumination required. The second one is the selection of the lamp and fittings. Next one is the mounting height. We'll discuss these three and then we'll go for the next one. A level of the illumination are required. So object level of the object is very much important. From the level of the object we can decide where we can fit our illumination source which is going to emit the energy. Sometimes the object is going to be at higher from the ground level, means reference level, it is going to be the higher from the reference level. So depends on to the level. If the level is much more higher from the ground level, it may happen that the height of our source is going to be the lesser one, but the opposite of the same is the object is the at the ground level, our height of the our mounting height of our object is going to be the more. The second one into the same is the selection of the lamp and the fitting. So which type of the reflector we want to use, whether diffuse type, whether concentration type, whether direct type, indirect type lighting schemes are there. So depend on to that one we can select fittings as well as the type of the lamp, whether CFL is required, whether tube light is going to require. So applications area is very much important in this particular case. Third one is the mounting height. So at which particular place we are going to mount the our source. So again it will depends on to the object. So it is on to the ground level, same what we have discussed. Then the mounting height is going to be the more, or the area is going to be the widespread. So direct lighting scheme is going to observe into that particular case. So these 3 points are very much important with respect to the basic consideration. The next one is the coefficient of utilization. All these things are there. Object is there, source is there, now lighting falling is onto the object, but how we are going to utilization, or what we have utilized, whether we have utilized that in proper manner or as per the requirement, so that is going to decided by the utilization factor or the coefficient of the utilization. The next one is the maintenance factor. How we are going to do the maintenance, whether the scheme or the things which are going to emit the light or illumination side or the object side, they are well maintained or not. Maintenance is required in every case. If maintenance is not going to done at the proper instant or the interval, the efficiency or the scheme is not going to remain more into the optimization, right? Our losses are going to be the increase and efficiency are going to decrease. So maintenance factor is again important one. Total lumen requirement, how much lumen we required, that we have to know, we have to calculate for seeing that object or making that process fruitful efficiently. How much lumen we require, that we have to understand. The last one, number and spacing of luminaries means light fittings are there. Now at how much distance we have to put that fittings and how many numbers we require, that is again going to be the important. It is not happen that for particular small area the 100 of the fittings are going to be there, which is going to be the useless, creating of the glare and everything. And at the same time it may not happen for the large particular area, we are going to have a very less amount of the illumination sources, so that all the parts of the designing with the total lumen required, we also have to calculate approximately at the designing stage how much fittings or number of fittings we require. Let's go with the coefficient of the utilization. All the light emitted by the source is not going to reach to the object. What we said earlier, also losses are always going to be there. Light is going to travel faster, but at the same time losses are also there into the light when it will start from the source and fall onto the object. So all the light emitted by the source is not going to reach the object. Losses are going to take place at reflector itself, ceiling itself, or the wall itself. So the colors are there, reflector maintenance are there, type of the reflectors are there, all are going to play the very crucial role during the designing purpose. Sometime may happen that light is going to our source is illuminating the proper things, but the ceiling is going to catch that particular light, it is not going to go it back or reflect it back onto the fall onto the object. So colors of all these things are again going to be the important one. So again losses are going to take place, maybe reflectors, ceiling or walls, so many things are there. So that's why this coefficient of utilization, that depends on type of fitting, which type of the fitting we are going to use, shape of the room, even area, which type of the shape of room we are going to use, the reflection factor of the ceiling and the walls, means how much of the energy they have grasped or taken and how much they are again going to back or making fall onto the object. The coefficient of utilization can be found from the table. So it is a practice, one handbook is there from which we are going to find out the coefficient of utilization. But see, all these points are again very much important. As we talked about, this utilization factor depends on the fitting, shape of the room, and the shape of the room means the area. If area is broader and we are not going to use that fittings properly, certainly we are not able to see the object properly. So coefficient factor or utilization, coefficient of utilization will depends on to all this particular things. So small things are always there which can be there, which can affect the efficiency of the all over into the system. Maintenance factor. Now the illumination produced by the source means whichever the source is going to emit that particular light or rays, they are keeps on reducing after the some time, or with the passage of the time they are going to keep on reducing. So after 1 or 2 years it may happen that there is going to be the aging problem, dust onto the lamps or the reflectors. Due to that the illumination is not going to remain the proper. So that proper illumination is not there, it means that our efficiency or the work is going to suffer from that one. So in that case our maintenance factor is going to be the important one. The factor defined as the ratio of ultimate maintained illumination, means whatever the source is delivering to us and how much we are getting. So that is the ultimate one which we are getting at the end side. It is not that what the source is giving to us, but what we are getting at the object side. So that illumination or that lumens are known as the ultimate lumens what we are getting at the object side with respect to the lumens or illumination done at the object source side. So it is the ratio of ultimate maintained illumination to the initial illumination is going to be the emitted by the source. To ensure that ultimate illumination to be maintained, the initial illumination level should be selected higher. So we have to select higher and higher illumination. So when the losses are going to be there, our work is not going to be the sufferer one. So for the normal interiors, this factor is about 0.8, and for the dirty location or where the glooms are there, it may be as low as the 0.4. Total lumen required, that total lumen required depends on to the E multiplied by A with respect to C multiplied by M, where E is equal to the illumination on level, means what we are getting, and A is equal to illuminate at the area. At area what we have the illumination is there, or area of illumination is there. C is equal to the coefficient of utilization, or we can say utilization factor. M is the maintenance factor. So illumination on the object with respect to area divided by the factor, utilization factor or coefficient of the utilization, and the maintenance one. How to select number of spacing for the luminaries? Luminaries means we are going to give the lights or the for the object for the fittings. So after the total lumens requirement calculation, the size, number and spacing for the lamps will be selected. So large or more and small or less number of lamps can be used for the non-uniform illumination. Hence, what happened? Numbers of lamps should be maintained reasonably for uniform illumination. We can use the more number, less number, not randomly we can select. So for selecting that one, the reasonably uniformity at the area, we have to require the proper calculation, and with the proper calculation we can have the reasonably or optimum number of fittings, and that fittings will give up the uniform illumination or lightning throughout that particular object or area for the better efficiency and the proper work. Summary of this session: we have started with the types of the schemes. We have gone with all the schemes, whether direct, indirect, semi-direct, semi-indirect, local.